What is up, my intergalactic friends? Welcome back here to another Infinite Galaxy video. In today's video, we are going to talk about a crew that is on sale today. Now, we have about, 17 hours to purchase this. I want to talk about Ashim Rich in here. All right, so this is a crew that I think majority of people should invest into if you are spending or maybe moderately spending. It's a $14 value bundle in here. You are going to get a 700 XP and as well as 240 XP, which is relatively good for this type of bundle. Now, whenever there's a bundle like this, I do purchase them, right? Ashim Rich, which is a very difficult crew to obtain. I don't think this thing comes out when we summon in the Rebel Citation device. So the real question here, why should we invest in Ashim Rich? Now, one of the biggest thing that majority of the players struggles here in Infinite Galaxy is that there's not a lot of crews. But what that I mean is that there's not a lot of combat crew, fighter crew that you can be really used, right? They recently added this crew that is for farming or for mining, right? So that didn't really help out with allocating into your formation, allocating into your captain. So there's a little struggle there, and I believe in the future, Infinite Galaxy most likely will update and increase more of the crew in here to allow us to build more foundation for our battle setup or for our captains. Because right now, what we're experiencing, I pretty much have all the legendaries in here. I feel shorted right now because now I had to figure out what to put into my captain in here and there. But here's the thing, though. Ashim Rich, to me, I see Ashim Rich to be more of a captain. Now, there may be some players that would use Ashim Rich as a crew. Now, the only reasoning that I could see that is really just mainly for the command points in here, which is relatively high for Ashim Rich because this is a command-based, I guess a crew member. Now, for my setup, at this very moment, I couldn't put him into my crew formation because I don't have the ability to reduce my tech and as well as my combat. So I've already made some reduction in here, but I've added Peter McConnell in here as well. But Peter McConnell has a good amount of tech in here. That's why I was able to accommodate some of the changes that I've done, and I've put Robbie San Nicholas there as well. So Ashim Rich, I would say this is a character that should be mainly focused onto a captain, in my opinion. For my case basis right now. Now, as you can see, Ashim Rich is heavy onto combat and second heavy onto logistics. Now, majority of the player, right, in your main account, your focus is combat, command, and tech. These are some of the things that you really need. Now, when Ashim Rich is a captain, you are getting a flagship HP of 210 at this very moment of mine, but a max level at 357%, and then a leadership at the max here at 1800. All right, so the biggest thing for me here is not really the flagship HP. The big thing for me here is the leadership bonus. Now, granted that if we're gonna make a tier list in here, which I haven't really done it yet. If we're gonna make a tier list of captains in here, for me, I would say Lara is definitely in the highest rank of a captain because you're getting a flagship attack 238%, and like I mentioned into my previous video, that at the later stages of your progress within Infinite Galaxy, you see the fullest potentials of the flagship attack, because once you're ranked up your flagship, once your flagships are high level, this is a time that you are going to benefit and actually see the difference of flagship attack. Now, in my opinion, I value the attack more than the HP when it comes to the flagship. So one of my reasoning for that is, let me try to explain this in the easiest way possible, is that the attack, you're going to be able to destroy your enemies, right, with attack. Let's say just a good scenario that I experienced recently with Outermost Crusade. I ran out of ships, and I was only using my flagships to battle. So with my flagship, I think I'm around 6 million something, 6 point something million with my two of my flagships. I'm able to destroy majority of the enemies that I've faced with their warships, and I was able to destroy them. So just my flagship alone was able to kill because I have the attack. Now, if I don't have attack and I was only mainly focused onto the health, I probably wouldn't be able to quickly destroy the fleets, and my ships would probably be eventually destroyed because all I'm doing there is I'm absorbing all the damages from them when I have more onto the HP. Now, when to the attack, right, I can destroy. So another thing is when you're in battle. All right, so as you can see, I have my full fleet of destroyers here on the front end here. And as you can see that my flagships are like literally right there on the back. So if I have my HP, if I'm not really getting damage there, right? What's the point of having HP if I'm not really getting damage? The only point of the HP would be the last man standing at that point. But if you're dominating like this, then you want to have your attack, because then you can, if these absorb, if you have a lot of fleet can absorb the damage, then your attack can definitely do much better from the flagship. Now, kind of same concept when it comes to Lost Star Cluster. The attack of your flagship makes so much difference in that game mode as well. So that's one of the reasons why I would prefer Lara going into my main ship. Now, like I mentioned, Ashim Rich. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go get Ashim Rich now. I kind of feel like I kind of contradicted myself in here with explaining Lara, but the video is about for Ashim Rich. Now, Ashim Rich, being a captain is really good because you get that benefit of the leadership limits. Now, when you're having a lot of leadership, it helps you a lot into the battlefield. I think majority of you guys kind of realize now in this game, there's a certain point where quantity beats some of the players in here. I'm not gonna say quantity beats quality because that's completely wrong with this statement. But quantity with a good quality will beat a lot. All right. So as you guys know, I mean, I'm pretty decked out in here. I've got a good quality setup. I got good, decent flagship. So what I'm trying to do now, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm trying to focus onto the command pattern here. The reason why is two things: flagship attack and leadership. And that's what I really want to increase my leadership, because now I have a pretty good, good buff for my setup in here. Therefore, leadership will benefit me greater than if you are starting in the very beginning. So therefore, Ashim Rich is a very good captain for my secondary fleet, because my secondary fleet right now is kind of small, and with Ashim Rich being there into my second fleet, I am able to boost the leadership of my second fleet. By the way, ignore my my equipments in here because I haven't really worked onto the equipment for my second fleet. I just recently started some kinetic formation in here, which I will be unloading some stuff in here because I have been hoarding. And if you guys don't know me yet, I am a hoarder. I'm not sure if I got that from my mother, but I'm just kidding. She's not. Oh no, please. I hope she doesn't watch this video then. Anyway, Ashim Rich is a good captain to invest. You don't get Ashim Rich from the Rebel Citation Device summoning. So if whenever you see Ashim Rich here onto the bundle that is being put out, if you have the capability to spend money for it, and if this is your hobby like mine, this is my hobby, go ahead and go and get Ashim Rich, because you don't want to miss this out. And this is a very limited time that just comes out, and it will take you a much longer time to upgrade this crew if you do not purchase whenever it comes out into the bundles. Ashim Rich is a very good captain, in my opinion. I rank him a little bit more to the captain towards to a crew, because you can find other crew members to supplement. I really hate characters in here that whenever they are in the crew It gives you that spaceport construction. In the beginning, it might help you out, but later stages of the game, everything's going to be maxed out. It really is pretty useless. And plus, in this game, you get so much abundance eventually. I never had to struggle if you're spending a little bit of money, if you're playing this free to play or low spender. I don't think you'll have a huge struggle onto the speed ups when it comes to constructions, as well as research. If you know how to play it, make sure you get your helps quickly first before you use speed ups. And sometimes you just don't have to use speed ups because you just wait it out. So it really hurts me to see players use it at the later stages of the game, because as a captain you get double benefit, flagship HP, and then also leadership. I feel like, in my opinion, using Ashim Rich into a captain hones in into one flagship and makes that one setup, that one fleet that you have much stronger than you putting into a into a crew. And yeah, you may get like 100 command points, but really you get more value if you invest into a captain. Now, once you invest Ashim Rich into a captain, you got to make sure that you level it up. You got to make sure you rank it up and level it up, right? So when you level it up, you're going to also increase stats, right? As you can see with my Lara here, we have some leadership boost, attack boost, and giving it the flagship HP, shield, armor, right? So those are very important for your captain. So when you get him in here, imagine this is only level 10. Once I level this up to like 40 one day, imagine the bonus of leadership with this leadership in here as well. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's just going to be like a Lara. So without, of course, the flagship attack, right? With that being said, my intergalactic friends, go and get Ashim Rich if you can. And if not, it is what it is, right? But if this is your hobby, you enjoy the game like I do, go and get Ashim Rich. Anyway, I'll see you guys again next time.